Hey Pisces, and welcome to your March 2017 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky, and happy birthday to you guys. It's such a beautiful time of year, the Pisces time for me, at least as a Scorpio myself. I always find this time of year to be very ethereal, very light, and enjoyable for the most part. You know, if you're too busy or you're overworked, this time of the year can really make it be a bit of a struggle, but I think if you can withdraw and you can accept in the Piscean energy, it's a beautiful time, and it has been for me. And, you know, it can be for you guys too. By your spread, it seems like you are having a bit of an internal struggle. But planetarily, and I can also see it in this spread, March can be like one of two ways for you, one of two things for you guys, okay? So it's either going to be like really beautiful, really lovely, or it could be really difficult, and it really all just depends on your perspective, because this month has the potential to be like the most mystical month for you guys. Like out of anybody, this month can be the best for you, because I mean it is your birthday, and you're getting your solar return, you're getting kind of a depositive energy because of that. And, you know, you can use that wisely and you can use that unwisely. And we're going to talk about ways that you can use it for the best you, to create the best you. So, anyway, it seems like, so you guys do have 4 major arcana cards in your reading: the Magician, Temperance, the Emperor, and the Sun. So it's a big month for you guys, and those are kind of conflicting energies. It seems that a lot of you are struggling between like manifestation and withdrawal, seeing new truths, being kind of shocked by what you see. Some of you are having a pull to be more regimented, to be more like strict and disciplined with yourself. And at the same time, you're trying to find balance too. You're trying to find harmony, and you're trying to restore balance to like your bodily systems as well. And you've got to just not put too much pressure on yourself right now, Pisces, because that's not what Piscean energy is about, as you know. As long as you guys cannot have too high of an expectation, and you can just kind of nonchalantly go about these things that you need to do for yourself, you should be good. But the Emperor is your central theme, so it seems like you're going to be pulled to be very strict with yourself and very disciplined, which I would wait. If I were you guys, I would wait until April into the summer to access this Emperor energy, although to an extent you won't be able to avoid it. But consciously, I would just pull back on yourself a little bit if you can. Consciously, I would rest. I would prioritize yourself, but not in such a disciplined way, because you're recovering from people needing too much of you. You're recovering from people trying to discipline you and structure you in a way that wasn't authentic. So now if you go in and you try to discipline and structure yourself too much, it's going to be reminiscent of when people did that to you, which could cause a bit of a healing crisis. It's not that you don't need the self-discipline and structure, you do, but with the way things are right now, it's too soon, okay? So it's okay to do it in small ways, like with your diet, or as long as you're not too hard on yourself. Again, like you've got to be okay with falling through a little bit. You've got to be okay with being fluid, because, you know, that's what your sign is about. And just understanding that it might be slow progress for now, until we get into the summer for sure, where you can really speed up. And I'm saying that for everybody. Slow progress is good, really good right now. And that's a way that you can kind of channel Emperor energy as well, Pisces, because it's a call to be disciplined. It's a call to be structured. But Emperor energy is also not overnight success. It's slow and measured. So use that in a way that you can be slow with yourself, that you can be measured with yourself, and you can slowly accomplish something. It's like you guys are wanting to become disciplined so you can like really quickly accomplish things, like your like your next step, Aries, you know, because then we'll go into Aries season and you'll feel really drawn to do that. Just allow yourself to slowly accomplish. That's going to be good for you right now. So, because you're coming back from a betrayal, we'll get more into it in a second. But, you know, right now it's about picking up the pieces. Not so much about, making something really beautiful and accomplishing something really beautiful and making a lot of money. It's about picking up the pieces and creating something so that you can, okay? And it's good to distinguish between that now. Distinguish between, like what the difference is to create a system that creates success versus creating success. There's a big disconnect between that. You know, it's like, how can we create success? That's not really the key. The key is how can we create a system that is a cycle that creates success? Because no one wants one success and then nothing. And that's what you'll get if you strive too much for success alone. You've got to create a cycle or a system of success, okay? And you're learning how to do that this month, actually, Pisces, if you really listen to your intuition. So in the first week, you guys have the Eight of Swords rooted down by the Magician. Like right at the beginning, you guys are being faced with a situation where you have to take off the blindfold, where you have to take off the whatever is blocking your vision to how things actually are. And wow, you guys have the Two of Swords as well. You have two cards, and I believe the only cards in the tarot, the Rider-Waite system, that represent covering your eyes, that represents blindfolds and not seeing the truth, along with the Magician, which is particular to lies and illusions, and the Ten of Swords, which has to do with being betrayed. You guys have a lot of energy of not really knowing what's going on around you, and it's conscious. Well, it's not conscious. It's like you don't consciously not want to know, but you realize that you're letting a situation play out that you don't know the answers to. So, and that's in your relationships, I believe. It seems like, you know, you guys are the ones who have to make the decision. Like, other people can't do this for you right now. Other people can't fix this for you. It's only a matter of opening your eyes, and you have the sun, so you're going to see it no matter what. And right now, as things are, the sun is usually a really positive energy, and it's always has that connotation. But right now, in the dark time of the year, the sun can be harsh, the sun can be blinding. So it is that way in the archetype of the tarot as well. Not that the sun is a bad energy, but it sometimes is too much to take at this time of the year. So it seems like you guys might be facing something that seems like it's too much to take on. And in the first week, Pisces, you are given by the universe a lifeline. You are given the tools to get out of this system, this situation, okay? But it's going to be up to you to actually do it, okay? And you're going to see the lies. You're going to see like the flaw in the system that showcases the lie to you. And you have to be ready to face that, and you have to be ready to be strong and move out of it in a fluid way, okay? Because this time of the year, we can't really attack things. We can't really achieve what we need through outward effort and persistence. It's about fluidly, like receptively experiencing something and just going our way, okay? So that's going to be good keywords for you to remember. In the second week, you guys have the Knight of Swords reversed, rooted down by Temperance, okay? More major arcana. Again, this is talking about you can't be too quick with it. You can't expect overnight for this to heal. It's like maybe you get out of the situation or you leave a relationship and you feel the opposite as when you left. Like you want to be back in it and you want to be back in a codependent situation. And this is where you have to look at yourself. This is where you have to look at your shadow, Pisces. And that is part of the Pisces shadow is, what part of yourself do you listen to, Pisces? Do you listen to the part of yourself that wants to be alone and wants to function at the self level? Or do you listen to yourself that needs another party because you're two fish? You represent duality. So you'll always want to be codependent and you'll want to be independent. And which side of yourself do you listen to? Right now, you have to be kind of independent, don't you? So you need to prioritize your health right now. And through your prioritizing your health and your diet and your bodily systems, you heal a lot. You heal a lot at the cellular level. You can realkalize the body right now, and you need to. You might be a bit acidic. This is happening for a lot of people. Temperance has been coming up for a lot of people. The pH balance in the body. You can be a lot happier, Pisces, if you focus on your health. If you realkalize your body, take out a bit of caffeine, take out some alcohol, and put in, more water, more alkaline foods, more like raw vegetables. I'm not a dietitian, but I'm pretty into that kind of thing. So this period of time, we can see a lot more success with that. It's a good time to detox. It's a good time to let go of these toxins within our body that have been functioning for a long time. Let go of parasites, let go of toxins, anything like that. Things in your skin. Like now is a good time to detox through your skin, through like saunas. It would be a great time to go to a spa or a sauna. If I wasn't so booked up, I would be doing that myself. I'm probably gonna wait till April though. It's a great time. Like during it will be the new moon in Taurus is probably when I'm going to personally have a spa weekend. So that will be a good time to do that. But yeah, whatever you can do to release toxins, great time for that. And focus on that alone. not so much with other people. Okay, because it's like you come to a lot of new emotional insight through this purging process as well. So do keep that in mind. Moving into the third week, you guys have the sun rooted down by the Ten of Swords. This is where the most of your power comes in, Pisces. This is when the equinox happens. It's when the sun will leave your sign. So you're going to know how things have been here. You're going to know like what happened, where it happened, how it happened, and you're going to have to like face it, okay? It seems like some of you may be stabbed in the back, and I don't think that this happened overnight. With the Ten of Swords, I always say that it's a long time coming, so you probably saw this coming a long way away. You may have been recovering from it for a while. So, but it becomes more real in the third week. Something about it becomes more tangible. And you feel very betrayed. You feel very taken advantage of. But it's beautiful to have the sun over that, because the Ten of Swords is all about like the dark night of the soul, and it represents that period of time of darkness right before the light comes, where it's so dark. So that is good validation to me that the light comes, and through this difficult situation, you then go into a new situation that serves you so much more, that is so much brighter than you could have imagined. But like I said, we're still in the dark time of the year, so this could feel a little bit harsh at first, but it's where you need to be, right? And it should feel natural and lovely to you if you let it. This could also be the week where you find out the truth. In a relationship that's had lying, or even in your career where you didn't know where you stood, you find out the truth in the third week of March. And potentially that truth is something that you did not expect. It indicates that this truth had a lot of lies built up around it, potentially. And you just have to come to a place, Pisces, where you focus less on what actually happened, and you become grateful that you understood, that you got to know the truth. Because it would be better to know the truth now than to still be in a place of illusion. Even though that place of illusion felt more stable to you, it's like through this truth you become destabilized, but it's for the best, and you had to find out, and you need to not look back. You need to not look over your shoulder when you leave this situation, because I wouldn't want you to turn to salt, Pisces. So you need to keep going forward. You need to keep moving forward. And it should be a beautiful artistic experience for you. And you can be very creative from this. You can have a lot to learn from this balancing process in your life, and a lot of power here. So it's okay to grieve this. It's okay to cry. It's okay to bereave this time of your life, but do so in a joyful way, that you know that it will get better, and you know that this was necessary, and you know that you can find a lot of power here. So I hope that those words help you get through that difficult time, Pisces. The Ten of Swords experience is never enjoyable, but there's a lot of power to come after the Ten of Swords, because it's kind of the whole idea of going through such pain that you kind of are gifted the world. So that is an archetype represented by the Ten of Swords. So use that wisely. And don't use that to try to re-stabilize a situation that's completely fallen away, okay? Don't go into the tower. It's not the time for that. Two of Swords over the King of Cups for your fourth week, Pisces. I see you tempted to put the blindfold back on through this experience, and you can't. You can't do that. Sometimes it's easier to cover our eyes. I see some of you are tempted to go back to the relationship, and if that's what you have to do, you have to do it. Obviously, my words can't stop you guys, but just know that if you choose to go back, it's only going to be a repeating process. And you can use this archetype in a much more positive way. You can choose to blindfold your eyes to the self-sabotaging tactics that you employ. You can choose to put to rest those things and to cover your eyes to those things in the way that you're not allowing them to rule you. Not in a way that you're denying that they exist, but in a way that you kind of starve them for air, as if they were like a fire within your system. You can starve your self-sabotaging tactics for air right now with this archetype. Or you can go back to this old destructive codependent relationship and pretend that everything's okay. It's your choice, really. But you will have to make one of those choices in the fourth week. One way or another, you're learning how to more control your emotions with the King of Cups. This could also suggest that the person that you are with is controlling their emotions better. But are they really? This archetype is suggestive of like what is not how things are, or like what appears is not how things are. Again, the King of Cups and the Magician are kind of similar in that way, because the King of Cups can really hide their authentic feelings well. You never really know how a King of Cups feels for sure. They can be really authentic if they choose to be, but you never really know for sure. But this is a good thing to cultivate within yourself, Pisces. It's a good thing to cultivate. Like maybe not necessarily always wearing your heart on your sleeve, and always voicing your authenticity and knowing when you are, like, that's good to cultivate. Like, don't rely on that from other people right now, because, you know, you're stuck in a bit of a control and power struggle with the Emperor as your central theme. You are seeing red potentially. You're angry. People are angry with you. That's why it's better to cut back. It's better to pull back and just like walk down the beach or something, or get into the forest and just be alone with nature and see where you are. Like, people are not where it's at for you right now, Pisces, because they're very controlling of you. They're very, and you could even be drawn to be controlling of other people too. So that's why I'm saying it's better to step back and face this within yourself. The shadow side could be that you feel drawn to control, actually, which is strange for Pisces, but I can't deny that with the Emperor being your central theme. So that's why it's good to step back and face that, okay? And you'll be able to, you know, come into a place of manifesting what you want with having the Magician and the Emperor. That's great for manifestation. In towards the summer and later April, make the plans now, but don't focus too much on it till then, and you'll find some really good success there. Anyway, I hope this reading has been really great for you guys. If you want, you can follow me on Instagram. It's linked in the description box below. Also, you can book a private reading with me or subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, which I really hope that you guys will. I'm having more content coming up specifically for the equinox, so I hope you guys will look forward to that. And comment below if this reading was great for you, and like this video. I love you guys. I'm rooting for you. Don't get too caught up in the betrayal. I'll talk to you later. Bye.